Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of Gracefall Zombie Heist. If you weren't here last time, oh boy. Let's do a recap. Okay.
Everything is going perfectly normally.
So, Issa patented the process in which to make spaceships, basically. Then her lawyers mysteriously died in a train crash, and she's like, I don't like that. So she went back to the moon. This is all making a lot of sense so far. No other context needed. Back on the moon, which is a capitalist hellscape, back on the moon, they attempt to locate the corpses, which they do in the morgue, and Claire plans to animate their zombies to get them out of there, and then has employed her former professor, to perform a resurrection on the two corpses. So last we left in the morgue, we spent a lot of the end of the episode discussing if this plan works. It does. So Claire begins to cast Animate Dead. It takes a minute. So Wynne, you're a mouse in there with Claire. Claire casts Animate Dead. And yeah, this corpse of a man who's been horribly scarred by a train crash kind of shambles out of his little like cubicle.
What a normal and pleasant sight.
Well, we don't have to see it. At least not yet.
Not yet, yeah.
I mean, Wynne's seeing it, but she's a
That's
mouse.
Wynn's problem right now.
Yeah. How does Wynne react to this?
Like, she has her little mouse hands on her ears.
No.
It's like,
just like ringing them. Oh, no.
Oh, Wynne. Can I have your help?
Little mouse.
there's a little mouse.
Okay, I am going to have my zombies put themselves on little tables, like rolly tables and body bags, and we're gonna wheel them out of here.
I thought I was gonna ratatouille you one.
We don't have to worry about cooking right now.
Though we are on our way to the crematorium.
Oh,
Okay. So you're gonna start to leave in that capacity. Back out in the front room, Clangley and Issa, can I get perception checks, please?
Maybe. The one character with a wisdom score is a mouse right now, so... You actually can!
17 plus... Come on, sheet. Open up.
Claire disappears
19.
and the rest of the party goes on high alert.
I just assumed she knew what she was doing for once.
I mean, first
This
part
is,
of the
this is kind of her territory.
first part of the plan was hire an outside necromancer.
That's it. Claire's not high enough level for resurrection yet. That's her next dissertation.
Characters. Really sorry about this. I'm not well prepared. Okay, I got a 17 plus, I think, 3?
I can tech that for you.
17 plus 0. So just a 17.
Okay. And Issa, what did you get again? Sorry.
19.
19. Excellent. Okay.
Impressive.
As the two of you are kind of continuing to try and faff and stretch, you notice there's there's like an uncomfortable quiet all of a sudden, and you kind of sense that Rick has like stepped outside, and you can hear him kind of like talking to someone, and kind of he's starting to raise his voice a little bit, and kind of you're all like, oh, this is a little weird, and you look behind you, and on like kind of like a big bulletin board that has like crystals kind of projecting information, everything that's on there kind of like goes out, and all of a sudden it starts projecting wanted posters of Issa,
Oh.
Dust, Clangley, and Wynne.
Oh no! What a surprise!
And for like Issa and Clangley, they're like very like they're clearly like your company stock photos. Wynne, it's like they caught her like at like the zoo or something like that. So it's like her with like a balloon, like holding Spicy out to like another animal. Like she's
having a great
like
time.
it's like she's like it's like adorable.
Facebook profile?
It's her Facebook profile picture basically. But underneath, just blaring, it says wanted for questioning in regards to train derailment, highly dangerous, possible terrorist cell.
Fucking serious? I mean, are you fucking serious? I have an accent.
Yeah, and there's there's the ticker. It's implying that Issa is the ringleader of this. She has the engineering experience to plan a train derailment.
Okay, rude. First of all, I have plenty of engineering experience. Second of all,
Do you want to be
We've
implicated?
been off
as a
planet since yesterday.
Yeah.
maybe I do want to be implicated in a train derailment.
You don't know.
I could
You don't
lead this-
know.
I could lead this terrorist
I
cell.
could derail a train. Jerk. What are we doing again?
Not
everyone's-
getting caught by cops.
Everyone's staring at you because there's a bunch of wanted posters of you behind them.
Shit.
Uh,
It's probably some other one. I'm a very standard model. Very, very standard model, in fact.
I mean, that's one way to get the two walking corpses out of the hospital. Then anybody's seeing us.
let's see. With your perception scores, you hear a scuffle outside.
Who is scuffling, how, and why?
It sounds like Rick is in a scuffle.
Oh no. That's not good.
No, it's not.
And you can hear Dust's voice, although Dust did not come with you. And he sounds like he sounds like he is being projected. Like Rick is on a phone call with him, basically.
So at least he's not here. Do you have any ideas?
Are we gonna go to jail?
You guys can, run away.
I think we should run away.
Run away.
Probably for the best.
We should probably run away.
We should definitely run away.
Let's run away.
Well, it appears something has come up and I have to go and see to that. Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Ditto. Bye.
Farewell.
I bonus action disengage.
Goblins. Just run under Clangley as he pivots.
We can occupy the same space.
Y'all get outside, and Rick is fighting he's wrestling with two other mechs. And he just says, "Run! I've got him." And then you can hear Dust going, "What do you have? Hello? Am I a terrorist?
No.
Are you terrorists? Oh my god. Have I been indoctrinated?"
No.
That's not how terrorism works, but... And no, we're not terrorists.
But more importantly, we're not.
Yeah. So I'm not burying the lead here.
Can I? No, because it would need to be a cast spell. I was going to try to see if I could at least deactivate one of the armors with a counter spell, but it's counter spell, not negate magic.
Yeah, if you had dispel magic, you definitely could, but
not on this character.
Yeah.
No knocking liches out of the sky for me.
So, do you keep running or do you want to stop to engage? He told you to run. I mean, his name was not on the list, I would like to point out, and neither was Claire's.
Yeah.
That's on not signing a contract.
Yep.
I'm trusting you on this. She's gonna run.
Yep. They don't have my real name. You can see him kind of like, he kind of like, with both of his arms kind of grabbing like under and on top of, like, grabbing either side of his mech suit. He basically pulls and all this steam comes out and it kind of unfolds into like a giant turret tank. And then he punches the ground in thunder waves and he's gonna try and hold him off.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Fuck. Oh, as you're running here, let's see if he can do this real fast. Oh, that's not great. Can I get a dex check from either of you two?
Just straight dexterity?
Just straight, or if acrobatics if you have it. But
Oh shit, nat 20.
nat 20? Ooh, you might save this.
22.
Okay, yeah. The two of you together. He rolled a 4, so it's not great. He attempts to throw like a sending stone to you all, and Issa basically like taps it up off the ground, and Clangley just grabs it running. Like, it's, you keep the volley alive, basically.
Just leaps in the air. He's very tempted to like dunk it on something, but he restrains himself.
And Issa can occupy your space, so she's kind of like running, like basically right in your shadow.
Issa's just like under. It's the Dwayne Wade LeBron picture.
Okay, you book it.
Sports reference.
Sorry. Marty will know what I'm talking about.
Claire and Wynne. There seems to be some sort of scuffle outside.
Perfect.
Still a mouse.
And so, describe to me your setup again. You've got 2 zombies.
Yes, and I'm having them like put themselves in body bags on like medical tables that I can roll out of here. And then I'm gonna turn to Wynne and I'm gonna hold up 2 sets of scrubs that you have no idea where she got them. But she's gonna like sit one very gently down in front of the mouse and then start putting one on her. It essentially like covers her head, her face, like gloves, like full like blue medical worker.
Oh.
Someone in the morgue.
I guess Wynne will, as a mouse, travel into like the shirt and then undo her wild shape so she like fits into the scrubs.
Awesome, perfect. Yeah.
Though I would think it'd be kind of hilarious if the scrubs were like one size fits all and it's just way too big.
You're just swimming in them. Or even if they're for like a dwarf and you're just like, they're much broader than I am. I mean, that's fine by me. I do kind of think that's funny, but I also understand if you would just prefer them to fit. Because almost certainly they have halfling and gnome corners. I almost said mourners. That's not right.
I mean, those two.
Yeah.
I mean, if we are in a capitalistic hellscape, clothing would be like a very, one size fits all. Like you should be able to fit into this, and it's like a kid size. Like no.
Gross. Yes, 100%. Oh, horrible. Yep.
It's like how women's jeans are a very strange sizing.
Makes
Why-
no sense to me.
Men's jeans are literally just by waist size.
Two measurements.
So
Two.
easy.
Waist and
It's
length.
very easy.
Yep, nope. Okay, so Wynne's swimming in it a little bit, but you all, so you're pushing the gurneys. Claire, as you kind of walk by the one, you start to walk out. Are you, as established, you've been here before, probably. What way do you want to go out? Do you want to go out like the front, the back? How unobvious do you want to make this?
So,
Like, if I'm going through the front, they're gonna think I know what I'm doing and kind of thing. I have a clipboard.
so Claire is going to turn to Wynne and go, "This is the most fun part," and then she's gonna grab onto the gurney, head for the door that says, "Oh gosh, I literally just said the word."
Crematorium.
Crematorium?
Oh, the crematorium.
Thank you. And she says, "Leave this to me. And if we see anybody, like we are hurrying, rushing down the hallway, she's just going to shout, 'Out of my way, they've got the curse.'" And just keep going.
I love that.
Shit. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. A couple people dive out of the way. You're not wanted, and Wynne is probably low enough under the gurney, basically, that nobody really sees her.
Got a mask on, like fully disguised.
I imagine it like Plague Doctor for some reason. Like, is it a Plague Doctor thing?
It's
A little, yeah.
Yeah. The masks probably aren't, kind of what we picture as masks. They're probably much more kind of bulky leather, maybe have goggles on them. Yeah, probably more akin to like a full helmet or face mask than like a surgical mask.
Got your red lenses to keep the evil spirits out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And all your herbs you're burning in there so you can inhale a bunch of smoke, because that's good for you.
I'm in Toronto right now. Don't talk to me about inhaling smoke.
And it's back down here too. So, okay. You book it into the crematorium. No one wants to get near you. You're treating patients with the curse.
All right, and then Claire is gonna fire up the oven, and
How is this part of the plan?
and then she's going to like put everything away like standard procedure, but she's gonna have the zombies get out and walk out the back door.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Good. I thought it was going to get real complicated. Ash is a lot easier to transport than zombies. Jesus.
Now, hear me out, Andy. The ash is still animated.
Just slithering on the ground.
I'm going
Why
to
would you
command
say
it
that?
to recongeal into the body.
It's an ash zombie now, obviously.
No.
Look, it's like
That's
this
some
big,
Morrowind
tall.
bullshit.
Okay. That is some Morrowind bullshit, correct, yeah.
Hear the screes from the distance.
In Red Mountain. I hope the ghost shield protects you all.
It won't.
No, it's failing. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yep. 2 zombies shamble out the back door, Wynne and Claire.
And that is how you pull off a successful zombie heist. Now nobody's going to question why 2 bodies are missing from the morgue, and we have our lawyers. So
Was actually kind of brilliant.
Hey, you have zombies of your lawyers, but you're most of the way there. Okay.
Again, kind of brilliant, actually.
Back out front, Clangley, you've caught the it's basically a sending stone. It's a walkie-talkie. Except it's not a stone. It is like mechanical in nature. Like Rick built this. You kind of saw him messing with a version of it back when you got the news. It's basically a portable radio. Except it's not super portable. It's kind of, it's like an 80s cell phone. Like it's got a battery pack.
Clangley sticks it to his face. Kind of looks like a mustache.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I figured it was fitting.
Just screaming through it is Dust. He is clearly panicking. And he's like, is this Clangley now?
Yes.
Okay, I think Dalton's a rat.
Who is... What?
The pilot. He stole the drop jammer.
Motherfucker.
I was at a vending machine.
Well, shit.
What do I do? They didn't have my snack.
I think that's the least of your problems, buddy.
Oh, right, I'm a terrorist.
No, you're not a terrorist. You're being framed.
The closest vending machine's like at least a half-hour walk.
I was hungry.
There's a pantry in the workshop.
Oh.
Where are you now?
Kind of looks up at the corner. I'll ask this police officer.
Don't.
Oh.
Don't ask. No.
No.
Do you know how to get back to the workshop from there?
Yes.
Is it crawling with police?
Probably.
Be near it. Meet us on the rim of the crater.
Okay. I'll go incognito.
Good luck with that.
Do you know what incognito means?
I put up my hood.
Yeah. And
If anyone gets close to me, I'll cast Gust on them. I can fly very briefly.
Close enough.
Next level, I'm taking Thunder Wave.
It's a good spell.
So I'm murdering a pilot. Excellent.
Adding to list. Resurrect lawyers. Murder pilot. Don't resurrect pilot.
Can I have his bones?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay. You two, the two groups, are not together.
no.
What's the plan?
Can I cast sending?
Do you have sending?
I do have sending.
Then, yep.
Oh, good.
Oh wait, no, I have message. Sorry.
Message is a little closer. I was, the way message works, do you have to see them to cast message? Because if not, you can just like every 6 seconds be like, hello. You point your finger toward a creature within range. Okay.
What's the range?
120 feet.
Yeah. Oh,
How big is this morgue?
I sent stones.
Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. They can take a look. You can use 3
Just
solid
attach a
objects.
little note that says, "Got zombies headed back to university."
Okay,
Smiley face.
never mind. I thought there was a way around it, but
Don't worry, there's a smiley face. That means everything's okay.
Yep.
Okay, the bad news is I have to write down a return note. It's going to be far less good news. We're wanted now. Going to collect dust and we'll meet you at university. Frowny face.
oh, frowny face. Okay. So yeah, like 10 minutes later, Stones kind of finds you. I assume you all don't stay in one place. Clangley and Issa indeed going back to the workshop, and Wynne and Claire having a corpse having a zombie party.
At this point, like they're pretty much fully just like walking zombies out in the street. But Claire is leveraging this, so she's got like the plague doctor mask, walking with purpose, 2 zombies in tow, like fully like you don't want to get involved with this.
This is the
Keep
necromancer
walking.
equivalent of a high-vis vest and a clipboard. I love this.
I just like that, like, you're taking your zombies for a walk. Like, don't worry, normal experiment. You can just hear a bunch of people be like, fucking Spire, like, really? They used to just keep it in the campus. Now they're just letting zombies out, I guess. That hedgehog's on fire. That can't be safe.
It's a valid point.
I'd argue that spicy is the safest thing about any of this.
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Heading back to the crater, you can hear Dust, like, Dust is sort of narrating what he's doing to try and keep you, like, informed of where he is. Clangley, if you want, you can, like, turn the volume down. Just turn it down and be like, it's a baby monitor. I can still hear him. It's cool.
It's a baby monitor.
Like, it'll alert me if he makes any sudden movements, kind of thing.
I just need to know if he starts screaming.
Yeah. Well, that sounded... No, he stubbed his toe. He's cool. How are you two progressing? Like, are you straight up stealth? Are you trying to, like, kind of streetwise your way through?
I think Clangley... Is there, like, a place where Clangley can get a paint job? That's not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I'm serious.
Yeah, like in GTA, where you paint your car and you lose
No,
all
like,
your wanted
yes.
stuff. Yes.
Well, he's a somewhat standard model.
No, totally.
How obviously heavily modified. I think what he's going to do is he's going to take his hat off and try to get a paint job.
Yeah,
quick.
legit. Like, it would be like getting a haircut, or even more, probably be like getting a haircut or buying clothes. Like, yeah, it's just, there are definitely shops that specialize in Warforged fashion, and
he's gonna,
part of that is painting.
And he's going to change the top hat to like a bowler hat, something a little more understated, you know.
Okay, yeah.
It's not that understated.
Plop the core of half you out and put it back into the bowler.
Exactly.
Yeah. Some Warforged who's, I mean, what are the odds? No. Yeah, helps you. You change up your paint. You can, basically retailer your clothes, kind of your clothing pattern, basically.
It really is GTA.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, get a bowler. And now you have like a fake mustache on because you said that. So Clangley is sort of incognito at this point. Issa.
So we've been back on the moon for less than a day, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that means Issabel's still probably in her work clothes. Which means she can probably just put a mask up on her face, put her goggles down, just switch up her hair, actually put her sleeves on to help kind of like at least hide some of the gleam off of the metal arm, even though it's still going to be bulky.
Yeah, maybe rub some like soot on it to kind of cover up any of the shine. Sure. Yeah. I absolutely buy that. Okay. So you Assassin's Creed, keep your head down, touch everyone you pass.
Which is a very subtle thing to do.
So subtle, Ezio. And you all head to the crater. Once you get close, indeed, if it's not a good idea to go like into your work lab because it is swarming with guards. You all can see Dust is just he's nearby. Like he's not good at this.
No.
I know. Everyone's gonna be shocked that very notoriously competent Dust isn't good at this. He's not though. I love this boy to death. He's an idiot.
I am expecting by the end of this campaign, Chaikov's Dust, he's gonna do something great.
Never underestimate Dust.
Yeah, at the last minute, he's gonna cast Gust and like push Greene off the top of a very tall building.
Yeah.
Caught him monologuing.
I mean, was he just going to keep talking? That seems rude. Let's see. Okay. You can see swarming with guards. They're pulling a bunch of stuff out of there. It's like marked in like tape. It's like clearly it's like evidence. Bunch of papers and any kind of machinery they can get.
Joke's on them, I have nothing important in there. Well, I have equipment in there, but like all of the actual important things I'm not just gonna leave lying around.
Now, what's this, a video game? There's no clues. Or audio logs. How I made the residuum core is...
And the
much
exact
as I love the
formula
Bioshock-
for powdered residuum fuel is...
Get fucked.
Up your butt.
As much as I love the Bioshock games, it is absolutely deranged to leave audio recordings of yourself on like a public bench.
Yes. Yes. And it's just like,
Never
I'm going
thought
to get
about that,
divorced
but it's-
tonight.
oh my
It's just
God.
like, what is this?
Who even makes the audio log in the first place is what I want to know.
Oh, yeah, or at the end where it's just like, I'm going to monologue and tell you all the secrets about the game. Weird. Okay, I mean, I needed to know these secrets. It's a twist or whatever, but...
No spoilers for that however many years old game.
There's a twist. That's all I will say. And libertarianism is the
360
bad
launch
guy.
title.
Yeah,
What?
I know, right? Turns out
The
Ayn
politics
Rand's
out of my
ideas
sci-fi.
aren't good.
What?
But no spoilers.
Would you kindly not spoil anything?
The okay, Clangley and Issa, what would you like to do?
Dust.
Oh, hey,
Keep breathing. You're gonna be alright. Come here.
okay. Kind of hustles across the street, pulls up his robe so they don't get any muck on them.
Just embrace the muck for a little bit.
Oh, it'll help my disguise. He's hood up, but he doesn't have very long horns. They're kind of little stubby, but they were still sticking up through his hood. Oh, I see my problem. I see a lot of mistakes. If I'm going to be a terrorist, I'm going to have to be a lot better than that.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna be. You're not. That's not a thing you're gonna do.
You are not going to be a terror.
Oh, that's good. I don't think I'm cut out for that.
No, we don't either.
If we were, we wouldn't recruit you.
It's a little hurtful, honestly.
It's honest and
Yeah. Okay, what now? They're taking all
have-
your stuff.
there's nothing actually important in there. Don't worry about it. We have to go meet Claire.
Okay.
Do you know where Dalton went?
Okay.
Did he say anything before you left? Was he talking to anybody?
He started acting real weird. And yeah, started like talking to somebody who wasn't there. But I guess that's not. I talked to Rick. He wasn't here. He started talking to somebody who wasn't there, and he just said, "Yeah, I got it. I expect a lot of money though. And then he said he'd fly it over. And then I made myself as small as possible. And then I panicked and I needed to snack. And that's when I ran.
Did you see which direction he flew off in?
Up.
Damnable smog. Gonna put a pin in that before we put a pin in him. We have to go meet Claire.
Sorry. Just see something real fast. He raises his hand.
Yes.
I could cast Detect Residuum. Elsyer Residuum looks different than Wyan Yoth Residuum. I rolled really high on my intelligence check.
You absolutely could, you brilliant man, you.
It didn't even take the rest of the episode. Oh my god.
Chekhov's dust. Called it.
It took like no time at all.
I have to be within a mile of it, but I can. I mean, the city's real big, but we can try, right?
There are also very few ports for drop jammers right now, so...
It's worth a shot.
Should we go resurrect some zombies first?
Resurrect some what?
What?
Huh?
Oh, I don't know that. I guess you don't know that plan, so I don't know that plan. Never mind.
Okay.
We gotta go meet Claire.
Yes, go meet Claire.
Yeah, okay.
Spire, I'm sure you're familiar, we're going that way.
Oh, yeah. I got bullied so much there. They're all so mean.
It's...
Especially
We'll have a relatively simple time getting through illusions, at least.
Yeah, they're not nice to sorcerers. Like, I don't wanna.
Like, by the hand, we're going.
Okay. He offers you, like, some puffed cheese snack.
You know, I'll take this right now, thank you.
They're pretty good.
It's like the dehydrated
Angry
cheddar.
crunching, she just wants to bite things right now.
Yeah, they're like cheese they're like cheese doodles or whatever.
It's
Yeah.
like the goblin urge to bite things.
I'm angry.
Okay. Weaving your way back through Claire and Wynne, just openly parading with zombies into the college campus.
Fucking grad students.
Yeah, kind of. That's kind of the vibe. Like, how come she gets permission to parade her zombies around? I applied for a skeletal horde, and I never got clearance for that. This is bullshit.
Life ain't fair, kid.
You have to have the right departmental connections.
Oh, Nepo baby, great.
Wow.
Okay, so you know where to meet Dr. Killjoy. As a reminder, the Necromancer Professor is Dr. Killjoy.
We did name him Dr. Killjoy,
Yep.
didn't
We
we?
Yeah.
sure did.
And he's real Charles Dance looking motherfucker. Just like super fingers are constantly steepled, you know, widow's peak, long face, black robes. And yeah, Claire, as you attended this university, where would he go for resurrections? Like, he just told you to meet him, you know, kind of, this is typical. Like, where do you think he would be?
There's a shared hallway between necromancy and whatever magic is used most by, like, wholly adjacent wizards. Just for, like, ease of somatic resources.
Sure.
Or, like, component resources. We all share one supply closet. And
is
yeah,
a
there's this
great bit.
sort of cathedral area that is meant for resurrections.
Oh, what was
And
I?
from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. is when the necromancy department has the entire cathedral booked.
Kick out the nerd priests. I'm trying to remember. I don't think there was like a holy priest that was in an Unearthed Arcana. I don't think it was officially printed ever, but those people. I think they're Theurges, maybe.
They're the ones who get shoved in lockers here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Be a cleric, nerd.
Don't shove the evocation students in lockers. It doesn't end well for anyone.
No, that's how you end up with a lot of blown up lockers.
Especially not the lockers.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
not the lockers.
No one has eyebrows in that department.
No, they're on the top floor because it's easier to keep rebuilding up.
Far away from the foundations of the fools.
Yes, no, they learn that.
I
They learn
am so curious about poking around what the evocation department looks like. Anyway,
that. Okay. Eventually, you all get close enough that you can message back and forth, or stones can deliver messages. So in this kind of expansive hallway outside the cathedral, Dr. Killjoy's, waiting with steepled fingers and a dour countenance, kind of staring off into space until he senses you all coming in. He gestures for you all.
Your rigor mortar stillness is most impressive.
Thank you, my young apprentice. Kind of looking at your compatriots, he says, when last we spoke, you said that your allies were of no great import. That seems to have changed.
Has it?
He'll...
Regardless of outside circumstances, I'd assume that within the necromantic department, their import has not changed.
Discretion, as always, is key.
And we can always take our discretion, and she'll jingle her pouch elsewhere.
He conjures, a wanted poster basically of Wynne, and as established, it's her Facebook picture at the zoo.
Hey.
Kind of slides it to you all, and says, perhaps parading zombies around campus is not the better part of discretion. Kind of whips his cloak around, and the doors just shove open because he casts Mage Hand. Or Thaumaturgy. I think Thaumaturgy does that. It can dramatically open doors.
I mean, technically, once you do the ritual, they're not going to be zombies anymore, so it doesn't really matter.
Kind of glares. I don't like... That's technically correct. I don't like when people technically...
They will sing just a little bit over her breath, I can't parade zombies around campus, yet you can be as dramatic as you want.
He has to tenure.
He has all those
need
common...
a stage manager for your entrances.
He has all those common magic items that are just the billowing cape and the
cloak of billowing.
Yeah, just all the ones that are useless, in combat or whatever, but are just for dramaticness.
Bet you wouldn't even know how to use your Wand of Smiles.
I turned it upside down. It's a Wand of Frowns.
Genuine shock. Or
Clangley, Issa, and Dust walking through campus. Dust gets somebody tries to basically fake check Dust.
I punch him in the kneecaps. Just metal arm.
Oh,
Rebel is out
God.
of patience.
Yeah, no. I love that opening move. Just her full shock. He's a wizard. Like, I'm not gonna make you roll an attack or anything. I know you're not super strong. Shocked. Just fully caught by surprise. It doesn't matter how hard you hit. You hit with a robot arm. Just crumples, and then Dust kind of like, oh, and he casts Gus and blows the kid's like robes over his head.
No matter how many times that happens, they are always surprised by the students who double major in martial classes.
Yeah. Don't I know it? Clangley says, cocking his fists.
You all catch up to Wynne and Claire. You probably see Wynne first. Wynne, would you like to say anything to them before they entered the cathedral?
Lovely. I assume negotiations have soured.
Yeah. The guy's being real dramatic. And are we wanted by the police? When did that happen?
About, I don't know, half an hour ago?
Oh. I was busy stealing corpses with Claire. I guess I missed that part.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that.
Turns out Dalton's a scab and is now at the second top of my murder list.
Oh. Oh. I like that guy. That's too bad.
Right?
Such a shame company got to him.
Well, if I had a thought, I think I know where he's going. So we'll just, kill all our chickens at once.
Smashing a basket full of eggs. Lovely.
Yeah, okay.
It's time to make an omelet.
Just somehow, smell ozone coming off of Issabel. You're not sure where it's coming from.
Issabel, yeah, you round the corner, and there are 2 zombies here of your lawyer friends.
Oh, that's how you got them out. Oh.
Yeah.
Clever.
You're really clever, right? Yeah.
I'm impressed that you're clever. I'm just mad that you did this. But, I'm
The 2
more
zombies
impressed than I
wave
am
high.
mad.
And then you hear a snap, and they disanimate.
They crumple. Dust throws up immediately.
Oh.
I'm not cut out for this.
Oh, well, I
It
have
usually doesn't happen this
prestidigitation,
far
so... clean that up.
Usually, if you make it this far, you've already thrown up.
We sort of beelined it. We didn't get a whole lot of lost. Goggles of Detect Magic. Excellent for getting through illusion.
Is the man formerly known as Tiny Tim still with us?
No, you all had to... he's still, as far as you know, out front of the morgue. No, he doesn't even have mage hand. He's trying to... Dust is just trying to gust the vomit away.
No, Issabel has prestidigitation. Goblin Mom will take care of this for you.
Thank you. He's trying to cover the smell with thaumaturgy. Okay.
Well, what wrinkle is our billowy friend trying to throw at us this time?
He says, it's hard to, you've brought wanted folks onto a college campus. I'm...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but money has already exchanged hands and the agreement has been made.
Kind of squints. I didn't know one of you was a lawyer.
Well, technically, these 2 are lawyers, so we can reanimate them and then do this right now, or...
That's true. That's the only way we're going to figure out this dispute is if we resurrect them.
Yeah.
Ugh. Let's see how long resurrection takes.
Got technically corrected again.
Damn it. Fuck. Let's see. So this is going to take it 2 hours total.
Clangley is all made up, so he'll be able to kind of blend in the meantime.
Really? Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I was about to ask, are we worried?
No, I read to the end of the spell. There's a caveat that if they've been dead a long time, it drains the caster. But they haven't been dead that long, so it's okay. I just never noticed that part of the spell before. Okay, so he'll start casting Resurrection. What would you all like to do in the time it takes him to cast these spells?
Claire is aiding in the casting process, and where she can help, she's observing. Because there's a spell she doesn't quite know yet.
Sure, yeah.
And it's important to her research.
Clangley is making sure his new facade is all proper.
Oh, pardon me.
While the School of Necromancy is adept at discretion, it might help to keep an eye on the door. We aren't sure who's boss.
Yeah, Wynne was gonna post up by the door and just look out.
Okay, yeah.
Alternate between keeping dust calm and angrily pacing.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I would do too.
He kind of goes into a corner at some point. He's just like, none of this is probably. I should have just. None of this is happening. Maybe I'm okay.
If you could, can you take a nap? Do you think you could curl up into a nice little comfortable
sleep. No, he doesn't know sleep. That would be useful. He curls up and he drops a melatonin gummy and he's out.
Mood.
It might have been a bit much for just the 2 hours, but if we need to, you can carry him out of here, right, Clangley?
Probably. We're kind of in the shit, aren't we?
Claire will also send stones to kind of circle the spire, see if he sees anything suspicious.
Okay, yeah.
We've been kind of sold out from our ticket back to the planet, so unless you know how to pilot a drop jammer, we're going to need a new one of those.
Do I know how to pilot a drop jammer? I should probably check. I might, actually. Well,
give me... Oh, I have your character sheet open. That's convenient.
Hi.
Give me a history check.
Okay. Natural 20 plus 7.
Okay.
Oh.
So, in theory, you know how drop jammers work. You know, in theory, you know how drop jammers work.
To make sure you guys believe me.
It's, however, you think rudimentally you could fly it. Now, the hard part would be if it needs to do any kind of tricky landing or takeoff, you are not equipped to do that. If it's flying in a straight line, kind of following all procedures, absolutely, you could probably handle that. A lot of that's kind of automated and been imprinted into, kind of your matrices or something like that. You can, but it's you'd probably be making the checks at -1. It's kind of it starts without number. The idea that you don't know how to pilot a spaceship, you make that check at -1. Odds are if something goes bad, you don't know how to do anything about it. So I'm not going to say it would be easy, especially if something goes wrong. In a pinch, you could do you technically know how to do it.
Yeah, Clangley's like, I could kind of fly a little bit.
You'd be flying with one of the best engineers for them on board, if that helps.
Okay. I could fly, maybe. I don't know. We're in a bit of shit right now.
Absolutely.
Now what?
Well, I guess we wait for the resurrections to be done. Then we go find Dalton and our ship. And we can always, wait to beat him up on the planet and then make him feel bad about it.
Really rub his nose in it.
Yeah.
Or we could drag him back to the planet.
The first resurrection wraps up. Dr. Killjoy takes like a 5-minute breather. He's got like a juice pouch.
Juice box and some orange slices.
Yeah, he's got some orange slices. Mops his brow. Kind of hovers over to you, basically, because he seems to float everywhere. He says, kind of like his attitude's kind of changed. Like he was very cold before, and he's kind of like clearly warming up to you all a little bit. Like he's just like, I don't know what you're doing, but I kind of dig it. Like, and he says, hold on, let me get the department right. He says, if you need an alternate way to get to the planet, the Conjuration Department is working on some interesting new teleportation spells.
Good to know.
There's no guarantee they'll be effective, and mishaps have been known to happen. I've been called on a number of occasions.
You'd be surprised my familiarity with dodgy teleportation.
Did we take that shell of recall?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, you have a little stone that if you whisper a word into it, which is recall, it'll take you somewhere.
But would it take us back to the
know where
planet?
it's at.
You don't know where it's at to. Presumably, it's somewhere on Elsyer.
I mean,
That's right back. I gotta grab a drink. Very thirsty.
That's a last ditch scenario for us because it would take us back to the planet, I assume.
It's a good anywhere but here option.
Yeah.
He'll say, like, just thought I'd mention it. Kind of hover back and start to resurrect. Pencil pusher. Paper. So Paper Smith is resurrected. You can see, their body knits itself back together. Because they were in a train accident. They didn't look great. And then they were also a zombie. So their skin had become gray and kind of pallid. And, a mockery of life draped lifelessly over their former musculature and skeletonness. Their pallor slowly becomes normal again. They still don't look great because being resurrected takes a toll on you. Like it's part of the spell is you just suck at stuff for a while. Like you're just exhausted mentally, physically, emotionally, soulfully. But he kind of grabs an orange slice and lays back down.
Welcome back. We have an unfortunate amount to talk about when you're ready.
Kind of nods, rolls back over to be like, "Why are you here? Where am I? How long have I been? What?
We'll get there.
Okay.
Yes, we'll get there.
I'm gonna take a nap. Being dead is tiring. Just an FYI.
Yeah.
Don't recommend it. Okay. Anything else in the last hour? Okay.
No, not yet. I don't want to walk around too much right now.
Okay.
Just making a very big note about that hint about the conjuration.
The other lawyer is resurrected, kind of getting them up to speed a little bit. You know, they talk for a while, like they kind of like.
What's the last thing you remember?
Yeah, like they've been through a lot, and they're very good friends. Like they, you know, so they kind of hug and like talk about like what this means for their families, kind of thing, and eventually they kind of come back to you, and again, very very exhausted, but they start to discuss with you all. Do you mention that you're like wanted right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are my lawyers. They should know that.
They should know that. They should know that. Excellent point. They kind of start to, but you didn't, right? Just you have an alibi. You were on the planet. Oh, so it's unlikely. They'll have a hard time proving beyond reasonable doubt.
I mean, unless Dalton really sells us out and says that we actually did it.
Unless he perjured. Yeah, he would have to perjure himself.
He would have to perjure him.
I don't think that's
Himself.
beyond him.
No, but one person lying is a lot easier to disprove. Like people, there are witnesses that you were on the planet, right?
Several.
Okay.
Well, 100
Yes.
or so.
Including corporate witnesses, right? Because that'll help.
Including corporate witnesses, Commander
Technically, I think
Crawford.
I am a corporate witness. I'm a contractor for the Greene Corporation.
Nothing else. This has soured the exclusivity agreement that we were working on.
Yep. So I'm assuming you all are working under the assumption that this was not an accident.
Correct.
Especially if
Yes.
they're accusing you of doing that.
Correct.
Interesting. Always accuse of which you are guilty. Okay, I guess.
Is this a conflict of interest? Because you guys were technically murdered.
Oh, interesting. Probably. But
Is there precedent for that? I feel like there might be.
wait.
There has to be.
There's a Supreme Court precedent over whether a tomato is a fruit or a vegetable.
Why?
They performed surgery on a grape.
I learned that today. It was for tax reasons, as always. It was what tariff should be applied to a tomato. It turns out legally, according to the Supreme Court, vegetable.
Oh.
But botanically, they all agreed it is a fruit. So,
Would you put it in a fruit salad?
yeah.
It's salsa.
Correct.
Yep. I was trying to figure out what a strawberry was, and it had some very stupid, very technical, dumb. It was like, it's like an adjacent.
Not a berry.
It's not a berry because I was trying to figure out what it was. That it's not a berry. It's like an adjacent auxiliary fruit or something like that. I was like, this is stupid. Who calls it that? Anyway,
D&D, right?
The lawyers kind of discuss. They say they're almost certainly going to have a lot of work to do. they'll immediately start to file, kind of like you have no evidence to charge these people, let alone accuse them of being terrorists.
You need to find a new office.
Yeah, oh, why? Uh, all our legal staff is gone too, isn't it?
I mean, they left. I don't think any of them were injured, fortunately. Some might come back.
They'll point at Dust. He looks like a nerd. Can we borrow him?
How well do you do with anxiety disorders? Severe anxiety disorders.
We deal with law students a lot, so yeah, we're good.
Oh, okay.
Okay, first of all, you know what? Point withdrawn.
I rest my case.
Your Honor, I withdraw my objection.
Yeah, fair.
We do need to borrow him for some find residuum. He knows that.
Of course.
But he will ultimately be much happier up here than he was planet side.
The necromancer, Dr. Killjoy, glides back in and he says, I will talk to Conjuration about finding you an applicable workspace. This is wild right now. Sort of a grand conspiracy.
It's a bit much for legalism.
It's a grand conspiracy going all the way to the top. Love it. Academia is rife for it. Love it. Oh, this is great.
Look, as a human being, hate it. As a lawyer,
super fun.
Kind of whisks the two of them away. They kind of
double majored in theater.
The four of you left alone. What would you like to do? And if you want to use the dust thing now, he will stay with you, but otherwise he's going to go hang out with them for a couple minutes.
Clangley's going to finish up his sort of new look. He's basically repainted himself. His tux is gone. He looks basically like a construction drone now. Like he's got this like neon vest type gig.
He's got a high vis vest on now. Nice.
Yeah, and that hat is now a hard hat. I've decided.
Okay, yeah. I mean, same shape as a bowler basically, except it only has one brim. But yeah. Okay, cool.
And he's got like a little stop sign, just in case.
Yeah.
Construction going on here. You got to go around.
You got to go around. Flip it to yield or slow or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay. What else?
There's something I would like to know from all of you. If we are going to go after Greene, then what is the plan?
I was going to ask that too.
That is an excellent question.
I mean, I guess the first option would be to just storm the gates and find our ship.
Like a necessarily winning option, but it is an option, yes.
I mean, weirdly enough, one of the things that just popped into my head was drive a drop jammer into his fucking compound, but we need
to get our drop jammer, which is probably in his compound.
A second drop hammer has hit Greene Corporation.
No.
The prevalence of those jokes recently has made me wonder what is in the air. What?
Smoke. A lot of it.
You know what? That's fair.
And Grimace milkshakes.
Yeah.
I didn't know those were burning up in Canada too. Anyway, I have another idea. One that would hopefully not have us branded further as terrorists.
That does sound pretty ideal, yes.
So maybe you want to spell it out for us so we can give notes?
Given my record, that is fair. We don't necessarily have to go after Greene the man, but we can go after the dummies he's created of himself. They are like me. And if my suspicions are even remotely correct, and it is my worst nightmare that they are, then I could potentially control it. Control him. For however brief a time, but even just a few seconds, me coming out of Harry Greene's mouth is enough to do immeasurable damage to his company. That much is clear. I may not be super aware of my effect on others, but that is clear.
I mean, that sounds good to me.
Clangley, any notes?
For once, I have no ideas.
I mean, my one thing is if we go after the clones, I would say try to activate as many as possible and have them fight to the death over who gets to run the corporation.
If there is so more than one of him active at a time, it will be... They will not get along.
So we could always do both in case one fails. But still, same thing. Go after the clones.
I don't know how much of them can be activated at once. He's already spreading himself so thin. It's hard. But the larger public does not know that he has cloned himself in this way. They don't necessarily have to. What they do need to know is he blew up a train. He could publicly come out in support of your union, Clangley. He could introduce healthcare, free for every citizen of Wyan Yoth. He could cancel the debt of everyone at the Spire.
He could make insulin free.
Fix climate change.
I just figured out the bit! Oh, this is amazing!
He could... Oh, this one is my personal favorite. Oh my goodness, I've just lost it. Absolutely, never mind. But yeah, that is my plan.
It's brilliant.
And all it costs is 8 gold coins.
I mean, if he's going to put his face on every visible surface of Wyan Yoth, we can make that face say any number of incredibly damaging things.
So you're going to try and tank his company by destroying his reputation and then kind of just letting it collapse on itself, and in the chaos, that's when we go in for the death knell.
I think he'll never be more popular on Wyan Yoth. His shareholders, I'm not so sure.
We also maybe need your lawyers to make like ironclad, so he can't like do a take back seat if he
Oh no, I think what we're doing is very illegal. I don't think there's a way around.
Oh, we could have pencil pusher and I'm sorry, Issa, you're going to have to remind me of their names. I know I paraded them around
Papersmith
but
and Pencil Pusher.
Thank you. Papersmith and Pencil Pusher draw up a contract to distribute the last 10 years of profits from the Greene Corporation to house every unhoused person on Wyan Yoth and provide them free basic income for a year, and then have him sign it on camera.
Oh, with witnesses.
We will create legal and economic hell.
Well, for him,
For
yes,
him, yeah.
absolutely.
Fixes a lot of problems.
I adore this plan.
I also adore this plan.
How do we go about finding what's left of him?
I mean, I would assume he'd be in the Greene Corporation. Like that, it's a big building with his name on it.
It's a very big building, though.
With his
We
name
have
very
to
big on it.
Steal Hugo Greene, basically, is what we're saying.
We need to find where he stores his clothes. And I have an idea on how to do that.
Okay. I just hope Rick is alright.
Oh my goodness, should we go get Rick?
I imagine if he was fighting with the police, they have gathered him.
A jailbreak is significantly harder than a zombie heist.
Correct.
I mean, we could always get Hugo Greene to let him out of jail.
Freddy knows hunting. He does not. He knows catapult. Is that helpful?
I mean, I think I can learn sending, if you wait a day.
Oh, true. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Not probably. Yes. That's how Druids work. Okay. What the hell that was? Okay.
You're haunted.
So, apparently. Okay. So, to initiate this plan, what would you all like to do next? And we'll wrap it up there as we approach 9:30.
Keep an eye on the news while I wait for my lawyers to do what they do best.
To lawyer.
The lawyer.
I guess Wynne would go out like Wild Shape as a mouse and start, canvassing and doing recon for like secret tunnels under the Hugo Greene Corp.
Okay, yeah. So, you head into the big scary. Start inspecting the Hugo Greene Tower. Okay.
Clangley's going to go get a job at Greene Corp.
Okay, so he's going to apply. Do you have falsified papers?
Hey, lawyers, what's up?
I mean, is this Clangley's first rodeo with doing union establishing things?
Not even close.
No one's a charlatan, right?
I don't know if I don't have forger's tools, unfortunately.
I mean, if we're still hanging out in the necromancy department, illusion is right upstairs.
Oh yeah, what's that stupid spell?
Illusory script.
Illusory script, right? It gives you fake papers.
I actually use that in the same way again in a different campaign.
Yeah, you could go buy fake papers off of some like second year kid who's just like, yeah,
Some poor broke college
Yeah,
student.
you give me $20 and a case of beer, I will fake whatever you want, buddy. Fuck the man. Then he's like, "Oh, I can make myself a fake ID and buy beer." Oh. But yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what the $20 is for.
Yeah, you got fake papers. Okay. So Wynne's going to inspect. Clangley's going to attempt to get a job. Issabel is
in.
Yeah, Issabel is waiting for her lawyers to lawyer up Claire.
Claire's gonna go to Dr. Killjoy and say, with our magical powers combined between detect magic, romancy components, if I had hypothetically some bones, could you find who they belong to?
He asks, he kind of like cocks an eyebrow, which just means explain your plan, like elaborate, basically.
Claire's gonna pull out the finger bones that she got from the dorm room last episode.
Mm-hmm.
These were used, well, similar ones were used as magical components a number of years ago. Using detect magic, however you would need to amplify that, whether you need residuum, extra necromantic spells, whatever. Could you find who they belong to?
It says if they were treated in a necromantic spell, if they were used as a component. Yes. The transmutation department might have some prototype devices we could use. But you do not know where this body is?
I haven't wanted to know.
He kind of gets like a little smile on his face, and he says, lesson 1 of necromancy is always know where the body is.
Suppose that's why I dropped out, isn't it?
He says, I suppose it is.
Well, I've got to finish this degree sometime.
No time like the present, my young apprentice. He says, I will get right on that. Glides out of the room. Okay. With kind of spider webbing out, we'll pick up there next time in episode 32. So, outros and plugs. Dan.
Hi, I'm Dan. I don't know why, but I'm very tired. Oh, and I'm playing games with your friends. I'm also plugging. There's actually something I wanted to plug, but then I forgot. Oh yeah, it's Pride Month. Be supportive of people. Thank you.
Yes. Liz.
Hi, I'm Liz. I will promote games and playing them with friends.
Yeah. Mira.
Roleplay episodes are the best. I love them. But anyways, my favorite mosaic that has been unearthed in Pompeii so far is a mosaic that is in the entrance to the house known as the House of the Tragic Poet. There's an entire story behind that name. I look it up, it's fascinating. But the mosaic is of a black dog on a leash that says Kawe Kanem, which means beware of the dog. But some archaeologists have speculated that this is actually a joke because the dog is depicted in a playing position with their front paws on the ground and their butt in the air. And it is a very, very cute mosaic. The black dog at the entrance is a very common piece of symbolism in Roman art as sort of a protector. And also, there was news unveiled today that they unearthed a bit of painting in Pompeii that may have the first depiction of Italian pizza.
I saw
So
that.
go look that up. It's
That's gonna
excellent.
be my plug. I saw that earlier. I was like, huh.
But yeah, look
shit.
up House
Yeah.
of the Tregent Poet, look up the pizza, play games with your friends, and punch your senators directly in the face.
Oh.
Bullying is only okay if it's politicians.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's a pizza.
It's a
Sorry.
pizza. Yeah,
It's a pizza!
It's
It's
a
so
whole
cool.
pizza.
yeah. Jay.
Be they do crimes, Roman art history.
Good summary.
Hi. Happy Pride, everybody. Get yourself an ancient pizza, I guess.
Maybe not
To
too
celebrate
ancient.
Pride Month.
Hey, be kind. Be cool. Don't be racist. I haven't said that in a while, probably.
It's unfortunately still worth repeating.
Yep. Support libraries. Play games with your friends. Try and find some light in these dark times. Drink a grimace shake or whatever. I don't know. Do whatever you want.
Apparently it kills
Careful
you.
with that.
Apparently, look. Whatever makes you happy, TikTok. That's it. We'll be back next week with a Shattered Kingdoms interlude.
See you next month for Gay Wrath Month.
Oh, this is what Pride has wrought?
I think we all deserve a little bit of wrath right about now.
Probably.
Oh my god.
One
See, that's when
sloth month.
temperatures in Texas are really gonna hit, and that's when I get, like, angry.
Oh, great. What Claire needs is another level of anger seething on top of this. Good night, everybody.
Good night.